Hello everyone, welcome to our class, online class. So today we'll discuss the chapter number 5, Introduction to Programming in Java. So as you all know that in our previous chapter we discussed about the algorithm and flowchart. So that algorithm and flowcharts are the building block of the program. So if you are able to do the algorithm and flowchart fluently, then you can just convert it into the any programming language. So algorithm you should be very familiar with. So I have given some of the examples of algorithm and flowchart in the previous class. There are some more examples in the book. I want you to learn to write the algorithm first. Okay, so here we are coming to the programming in Java. Okay, so in this particular session we will be discussing about the introduction to the programming. So what is programming? What is a program? What is programming? And the components of a program. What does this Java program? So here we will be dealing with the Java components of a Java program. Okay. Now, in today's world, many small devices such as smartphones, smart TV, ATMs, tablets, refrigerators, microwave, etc. are necessary part of our life. All mentioned smart devices are able to follow user instructions and are hence referred to as computers. So, everything from the small TV remote to the refrigerator, it has all had been programmed. So they are also called computers. The user instruction of this device are given in the form of computer language. So how does this device acts like a computer? Because the user that is programmed, computer program that is being programmed, the computer language. The programming is done with the help of the computer language. The instructions are written as a computer program. The computer then follows these instructions and carry out the task. Any task done with the computers, like creating a document. So we have done Microsoft Word, we have done Microsoft Excel, we have done Microsoft PowerPoint, isn't it? So the tasks with the computer, like creating documents, spreadsheet, presentations, requires the software. So we know the software, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. All these softwares are written with the help of the programming. So software is created using the programming language. Programming is often referred to as a program coding. So we call it coding also, coding the program, writing the code. Computer programs are also referred to as a code. The main functions of any programming language is to communicate with the machines in a systematic format. So it coordinates with the machine in the systematic formats and the instructions are followed. A variety of computer languages are there, like Java, C++, SQL, Visual C++, QBasic, isn't it? Many languages are available. So Java is introduced here as it is easier than the other programming language. So Java programming language, the programming language Java is the easier than other programming language, so it is introduced in your class. It is simple, easy to learn, use, write, compile and debug. So these are the terms. So it's easy to learn also, you can write it easily, you can compile it easily, you can, if there is any debug means removing the errors. You can remove the errors, and with Java a reusable code can be created. So it can be created. A Java code can easily be moved from one computer to other to the other, and thus same program can run on the different computers. So if you type the program, Java programming, if you write a program in one computer, you can run that code in another computer also. In the Java programming can run in the different platforms. So Java works on the principle of WORA. So that means write once, run anywhere. WORA means write once, run anywhere. Now let us discuss the components of the Java program. What are the things which are there inside the Java program? What is the structure of the Java program? So I just like to introduce. So you can refer to figure 2, page number 65 from your book. So see the thing, here I just made this one. So the component of Java program consists of classes and methods. So classes and methods are there. Inside these classes and method, there are statements which are there. Then under the statement there are identifiers, operators, literals, separators and keywords. So these all is termed as tokens. So we can generally say that a Java program consists of classes and method, statements and tokens. So different tokens are there: identifier, operators, literals, separators and keyword. Now let us discuss this one by one. What is class? A class in a Java is a basic building block to start a program. So when we write a Java program, we need to write the class name. We have to specify the class, and the name of the class needs to be specified. A method contains a set of code as a statement. So another block inside the class is the method. So that method consists of statements. So as I already told you, the statements may be the identifier, it may be of operator, it may be of literals, it may be of separators, or it may be of keywords. Okay? So you just have to understand, class is the top one, then inside the class there is a method. Inside that method we can write the statements. A statement can be built up by using the identifier, operators, literals, separators or keyword. All the units that makes the sentence in Java are code. So the sentence will be created. That is called token. A token is the smallest individual unit in a program which is obtained after the compiler breaks each statement. So when you are compiling the program, the compiler breaks the statement, and this token is the smallest unit. Token is the smallest unit of the program which is obtained after the compiler breaks each statement. Okay, so you just need to understand that tokens is the smallest unit. The tokens can be is a sentence made up of identifiers, operators, literals and separators. Now, one fact is that, let me discuss that fact. The original name of the Java was Oak. So Java, the first name was named as Oak. Now, after the oak tree which stood outside the office of its developers. So the name of the developer is James Gosling. So when he was developing, there was an oak tree in front of his office. So the name he gave was the Oak. But later it became Java. It was renamed to Java after the Java coffee to make favorite coffee of. So both these names have been given by Gosling himself because the coffee was favorite for Gosling. A compiler is a system software. So I am talking about the compiler. After the compiler breaks this statement. Now what is a compiler? A compiler is a system software that converts the programming language code to the machine understandable language to make the code work as program. So coding, machine language only we have learned that the computer can understand only the machine language, the language of zeros and ones. So we write in our own language. There should be an interpreter, translators that translate it into the language which the computer understands. So once you write the program in the simple English language that is converted during the compiling, it will compile and it goes and it will make the system to understand. So compiler is a programming language code to the machine understandable, which converts the programming language codes to the machine understandable language. So classes and methods and statement. Now identifier. So let us discuss about the identifier. Identifiers are the symbolic name given by the programmer to the different components of the program, like class, methods, variables and arrays. So when we give the different names to the class, method, variables, so these are termed as identifier. It helps to identify. Operators are the special symbol to perform the specific mathematical, relational, logical operations in an expression or a statement. Plus, minus, greater than, less than, equals to, and so these are the next level. These are the operators. Helps you to do the operation. There are three types of operations: mathematical operation, relational operation, less than, greater than, equals to, and logical operators, and, or, and not. Three types of operations can be done with the help of the operators. It's a special symbol which helps us to do these three operations. Literals are constants or fixed values. So we can say constants. Literals means constant or fixed. Constants and variables are there. Literals are constant. Minus 11, 23.13, C, Reva, flows. These are the constants, or it is also termed as literals. Separators are called punctuators. So a lot of punctuation are there. Semicolons are used, colons are used, isn't it? Two slashes are used. So separators are also called punctuators. These are some characters that are used for grouping the related items of code together. So it helps you to group with the help of the punctuators, and thus it helps in defining the structure of the program. For example, different types of brackets: square bracket, curly bracket, simple bracket, comma, exclamation mark, colon. So these are the different separators are there. Similarly, you have keywords. Keywords are the predefined words reserved by Java for the specific purposes and must not be used as a normal identifier name. For example, boolean, bytes, bits, case, character, all that system names, or the names which are provided by the Java programmings are called the keyword that are not used for as an identifier. So there are some naming convention of the identifier. So let us read the rules. When we write, so we must have understood about the identifier. Identifiers are the symbolic name given to the class, methods, variables, isn't it? So there is a, like, while naming the file, we need to follow some conventions. Similarly here also, while writing the identifier in the Java program, we have to follow some rules. So that rules I will be discussing. Number one. An identifier can consist of alphabets A to Z, capital A to Z and small a to Z, and the digit from 0 to 9, and underscore or dollar sign. Only two, underscore and dollar sign, can only be used when we are defining the name of the class or methods. And an identifier has many characters, so we can write, there is no restriction of number of characters. As many characters you can write many characters. And identifier must only begins with letters and underscore or dollar sign. So you can start with the letters, you can start with the dollar sign, and you can start with the underscore, not the digits. An identifier must not contain any spaces or tabs in them. So tabs should not be there, spaces should not be there while naming the class or a method or a variable. An identifier must not be any Java keyword. So keywords are the special words which are used by the Java programming that should not be there as an identifier. Identifier are case sensitive. The capital letter and small letters are different in the Java programming. It takes differently. Okay, so we need to be very careful while naming the identifier. So it's case sensitive. An identifier must not be true, false, or null. So we should not write the null identifier, false identifier, or true identifier. Assign meaningful identifier names for the components being used in the program. It enhances the readability of the program. So if I have to find the area of the square, so my class name or method name should be I have to write class name as to find the area of the square. So it should be meaningful. So I cannot write x, y, z. And if I have to declare the side, so I have to write side square. It should carry some special meaning with that identifier. We need to make it out with the help of the name of the identifier. So the identifiers also enhances the readability of the program. So these are the rules for writing an identifier. So the next one is literals. Literals are commonly called constants as their values are fixed once assigned. A literal means any number, text, or information that represents the value. In Java, literals can be classified as integer literals, floating literals, Boolean literals, and character literals, and string literals. So what is integer literals? These are the integer values with a positive and negative sign. Floating literals, these are the numbers with the fractional part having positive or negative signs. The third type is the Boolean literal. These represents only two values, that is either true or false, yes or no. Next one is character literals. These represent only one character value enclosed in a pair of single quotation mark or quote such as like G, X, etc. Example is given over there. And the last type is the string literal, where we can that string means the sentence group of characters. These are the multiple character values enclosed in a pair of double quote such as education, XYZ, etc. So these are the topic which we have covered so far. In the next class we will be doing the operators. I want you to consult this book. I hope all of you have got the book. Go through the book and understand about the different components and also the naming rules of identifier. You should be knowing the rules of naming the identifier. So I hope you will do the work and you will go through the lesson. In our next class, we will be discussing about the operators in Java. So for now, this much. So we'll meet in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.